Hey dudes, welcome to Splat from the Past, the only 80s themed horror and sci-fi show where things can get totally radical. Now today I will be welcoming an old friend of mine from the San Mateo bar scene. Her name is Rebecca. I met her 11 years ago in 2008, and we were pretty good buddies for about a year, and then she got married and had kids, the whole deal and stuff. I'm having her on the podcast today just to catch up and be dorks and reminisce about the past and stuff, because it was pretty interesting time. She knew me at an interesting time in my life, and I knew her at an interesting time in her life. And so I'm going to have her on the podcast today. Also, I got no internet access at the moment, but I should soon. And I hope so, because I got some pretty good interviews coming up on Splat from the Past. So, so here is my new interview with Rebecca. Hey, Rebecca.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How the fuck are you?
I'm good. Took a little bit to make this phone actually work, but at least it did.
Oh, the cell phone?
Yes.
Yeah. Shit. So how are you? Oh my God.
It's been a long time. I'm good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Frustrated, but I'm good nevertheless.
Frustrated? How so?
I'm sick and tired of Reading. I want to get the fuck out of here and get to Hollywood.
Oh, I guess we all have our pit stops along the way, right?
Yeah, well, I'm almost there.
Yep. Just consider Reading a pit stop.
Oh, you got the pit part right.
That's good. Okay.
Oh my God.
Hollywood will be there. Actually, I'm pretty sure we'll always be there. I don't think that place is moving. So just you are.
Yeah, there's a lot of crazy shit going on in the world. I just hope it's all temporary, I'll tell you.
Well, hopefully, there's at least a silver lining. There's only 2 maximum terms allowed. So this could only go on for at least 10 more years. That's the max.
Oh boy, I don't even want to think about it.
That's like worst case scenario, though. That's okay. Well, if that's the worst, we can deal with that.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So, oh my God, I remember you and I met 11 years ago.
Jesus, a lifetime.
Yeah, I remember that.
Wow.
I remember the night too. It was at O'Neill's. I met you, and you were with Glenn at the time.
Wait, Glenn. Okay.
Asian Glenn.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. From Toki.
Yeah, which by the way moved to like 3rd Avenue or something.
I know. It's crazy. I haven't been to the new place yet, but I think it's doing well.
So I don't even think I want to go to the new place. I missed the old one.
Yeah. There's a lot of memories there for sure, but politics will always take precedence.
Yeah. Yeah. So I remember meeting you that one night, and oh my God, I was going through a weird time in my life.
Well, yeah, I think if I may, your accident was a couple of years prior to that, correct?
Things have been. Things have been weird since I graduated high school, though. But there have been some good times and bad times.
I think that's just par for the course of anybody. There's always going to be highs and lows. You can't keep a steady. No, just keep a steady course, but you can't keep a steady line.
Yeah.
It's definitely, you had your share of ups and downs.
Because at the time,
I didn't know you before, but I remember that night actually. You were at the bar, and it wasn't very packed that night, right?
No, it wasn't. It was like a Monday night or something.
Yeah. Oh, I totally remember that because Glenn got his vodka. I was, of course, doing either Sierra Nevada or Hefeweizen.
Yeah.
Yep, I remember that night. Holy crap. 11 years ago.
Yeah, and I had started, I remember it was like February of '08 or something, and I remember I'd started working at Swinging Door the previous September. I had started there, and I remember after you pretty much disappeared, I left like in November of '09.
Yes, the whole like beginning to be like a mom thing and all that kind of took me away from the nightlife for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. Again, the course that life takes us on.
Well, you got out at the right time, I'll tell you, because, oh my God, after I lost my job there in November of '09, I got really depressed. I found out who my true friends were after that. And just like, I just couldn't enjoy myself or anything, you know, it was just really dark and really weird after that. And then the Lariat came into my life, and then things got really bad there because that's where I started drinking there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And I think I'm not remembering his name, but I think someone else got in bad sorts when they had started drinking at the Lariat too. Again, I was hearing peripherally, but I remember, I don't remember too many positive stories coming from that place.
Oh, the Lariat?
Yeah.
No.
I don't think I've actually ever I don't think I've ever been there, period. I only have driven past it, but pretty much I'm thinking that's the reason why.
Yeah, you certainly weren't there when I was there, and...
No, I haven't. I've never gone to that place, but it doesn't seem like it's too even inviting, to be quite honest. I don't know.
Yeah, it's got this weird vibe to it.
Yeah, it does.
You know.
You see the bars in the windows, and he's like, I don't know. Iron Gate next door. I get why they have bars. It's an old building. Okay. But I don't know.
Iron Gate has bars on their window.
Yeah, and I almost feel like they're the same bars almost, but I have a better relationship, I guess, with Iron Gate. And again, no relationship with the Lariat. But what happened after the Lariat? Because I know, I remember hearing bits and pieces again of where you were, and then all of a sudden, I know you were homeless for a little while, and then all of a sudden you were up in like Reading, and I don't know how the heck you even got up there.
Okay, so I became homeless in December of 13. I became homeless. Some shit happened at home and stuff, and the first 6 months I had no job. I was struggling. I was staying at people's houses and stuff, and then got a job as a security guard at Menlo College, which was great the first 6 weeks, and then after that it fell apart once the kids came back from summertime. I got into a lot of confrontations there and shit, and then I was gone, and then things started getting better, and then I had my accident in January of 15, and I was in the hospital 5 months. I was in that coma for 30 days. And then I get out, I recover. By August of 15, I'm back on stage doing comedy, and I focused on it nonstop. And then my mom had moved over here to Reading, and so I moved over here in April of 17.
Gotcha. So things were patched up between the two of you.
Yeah.
Or whatever had happened prior wasn't dictating what's happening now.
No. Things have been good for a while now.
That's good. That makes me feel warm inside. That's awesome. That's nice when, especially when it's a parent. I've gone through something similar where sometimes you have to let go of the past, even though you're the child and you're not the one that's supposed to be more mature.
Yeah.
But you have to play that role. Or it's just a mutual connection where you both have come to that realization, and it's like, hey, that is what forward and getting stronger. I love that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And now, of course, she's supporting you she's supporting your comedy and behind you all the way.
Yeah, my comedy, my podcast, the acting, the acting career I want to embark on.
Faith is a magical thing. And when somebody has faith in you, all of a sudden magical things happen. So just keep it up, and it's a lot of hard work, but it's supposed to be. Because then it's rewarding at the end.
Yeah.
You'll get there. I know you will.
Yes. I totally agree, though, about that, about how, hard work, what's that word, perseveres?
Perseveres, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's funny, so my daughter, she's learning how to read and trying to get better and better and faster, and I see a bit of a defeatist attitude once in a while where she's, I can't do it. I'm not good, so I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to get better. And my grandfather, he used to teach me, practice means, oh gosh, I'm going to ruin the saying. Practice makes perfect. There it is.
Yeah.
And it totally rings true. The sayings are there for a reason. They've come about in life for a reason. But I in a way, use the same terminology with her, just making it to where she can understand it. But it doesn't come easy because it should. You learn how to do it, and you get better each time you do it, and you just keep learning about different things through, of course, books in this case. But it's a little bit of a different mentality where it's not going to come easy. It's not supposed to, because again, it's hard work. And if it's just automatically easy, then it doesn't mean anything to you. At the end of that book, that 12-chapter book, you're going to feel awesome. But if it just came easy, you wouldn't care, and then you probably wouldn't keep doing it. And I think we have to keep that going through every aspect of our lives. It's not going to be easy, but it shouldn't be.
Yeah, I totally agree.
You take so much more from it when you put hard work into it.
Yeah, I totally agree. So aside from raising your daughter, I mean, what have you been up to?
Well, I have a son as well. But I've started realizing just because I'm a mom, that's not what defines me. I used to just say, that's what I do. But I'm in property management. I'm trying to get back into it. I was doing the stay-at-home mom things for about a year and a half. My son is just now 6. My daughter will be 9 in March. So it's about the time where the foundation has been set for them. But I know that I can jump back into my career, my goals, that kind of thing. And I think with that, teach them that to be goal oriented and to not give up on certain things that make you who you are. So property management, I've been in that game since 2005.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm wanting to get my feet wet again with it. So that's kind of the drive of the new year for me to regain a bit of who I was before kids and right as I was having them. But I kind of want to jump back into me. So that's about it. Nothing too exciting, I guess.
Yeah, fucking. I'm
still trying to sing from time to time, but it seems like it's more in my car or while I'm cooking. But, I still try to keep that up. No karaoke anymore, but gosh darn it, I want to go back.
Yeah, I mean, DJ Purple's still out there.
I know. It's nuts. He's got to be up almost like on 20 years.
Yeah.
He's been a DJ for so long, it seems like. And still kicking, for sure.
Yeah, he's been out there a while. Yeah, fucking, I'm glad I don't have to do any retail jobs anymore and shit. I was doing that, for years and doing security and shit. I'm glad I got metal in my leg and I don't have to do that shit anymore.
Yes.
Oh my God.
It's nice when you have that aha moment of, hey, me happy. I don't want to work because I need to pay the bills.
Right.
Your mentality changes, and it's nice when you can finally do what you want to do, what makes you truly happy.
Yeah,
If I may, what is your schedule like when it comes to like, I guess on stage?
Well, there's no comedy over here in Reading, so I haven't gotten up anywhere over here. But like,
Okay.
I was going and doing comedy every single night in the Bay Area before I left.
So I guess it's more of a total like nighttime gig kind of thing.
Yeah, it's a nighttime kind of thing. I'm just about fed up with the Bay Area comedy scene, though. They're just a bunch of bully assholes and shit. And there's a rumor flying around from this one comic who hates my guts that I pulled a Louis C.K. on some female comic, which is not true.
Oh, but that has become an adjective now. Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah. Oh, I'm pissed.
You pulled a Louis C.K. You're like, no. Thanks, though.
I don't deny that I haven't jacked off in front of people, but not a female comic.
I was not ready for you to say that. But thank God, though. With other females, they just weren't very funny. So. I was not ready for you to say that, but that's comedy. Sometimes it just catches you off guard. Oh.
You know me. You know I have a sick mind.
Yes. It's okay. Show your friends. We are who we are, and we take each other for that. I remember that I have a past, and I without children, I was a completely different person. I will say the only thing that I seem to have kept is my not as much beer drinking and my swearing, my sailor mouth, as my mother and husband love to say. I think I swear probably enough for the both of them. I've been on my best behavior on this call, but also I've got a sick kid upstairs, so I'm really trying to gotta curtail the mouth. I tell you, when I'm around adults only, It's so fun to just kind of jump back into that. And it's like, I can drop an F-bomb right now, and it's okay. Yes, I'm enthusiastic, and I'm going to show you with the swear word. To not be around children all the time. I think it's going to be okay.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. It was just a crazy time, and I'm just glad things have gotten better. But you know what? I'll tell you something. Climbing the mountain of what I'm doing and shit. At my age, it's so much fucking stress, and I don't handle stress well, right? I just look at it now and see how easy a lot of things are now because of the internet and everything. But I think to myself, fuck, 10 years ago it could have been a little bit easier because I was younger and I could handle it more. But I wasn't ready for it.
Right. So maybe you wouldn't have been able to handle it the way you're thinking you would have been able to handle it.
Maybe.
No.
I think in terms of maturity, no.
No. And maturity is a lot about how you handle situations. It truly is. You learn through the mistakes of what you did or the successes of what you did, and you hopefully move forward with those, and you take the minuses, if you will, the negatives, and make them into a positive, where you just, okay, I fucked up there. Yes, there it is. But I'm not going to again, or I'm really going to try not to make that mistake. I've done it, or variations of it, 2-3 times. It's like one or two times many. So let's try to not do it. But sometimes setbacks happen, and it's how you come from those setbacks. I really think is where the maturity comes from, and making sure it's a situation learned from.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I remember the last time I saw you was at the Foster City Arts and Wine Festival.
Oh man, Did I
Yeah.
have my kids then, or was that prior?
I think you had just had your daughter.
I think, yep, I remember that one. Oh, shoot.
That was the that was the last one I went to because I kept running into all these assholes I went to high school with there.
Well, thank God we didn't go to high school then. No.
Hey, aren't you from Sunnyvale?
Yep.
Yeah, I remember you telling me.
Yeah, good old Sunnyvale. Born in River City, but raised in, I guess you could say the SV. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I worked at...
Southern, or, what do they call that? It's Silicon Valley for sure, but South Bay, the start of.
Yeah, oh my God. So from 2012 to 2014, just before and right at the time I became homeless, I was working as a bouncer at a bar in South City called The Standby. And
Okay. You're like, where are you going? I'm just going to go to the Standby. Your airplane is leaving. I know. I just need to go to the Standby.
yeah, my dad thought the same thing when I told him, "Hey, Dad, I got a job at The Standby." He's like, "What? Why do you have to stand by?" You know, but
What are you standing by? Everything. And nothing.
Yeah, but before I started working there, I was flirting with this bartender. Turns out she was from Sunnyvale, and she was a couple of years younger than us. And oh my God, I don't know what her trip is, but she's the biggest liar in the world. And everybody knew it. She was fucking everybody at the bar. I was probably the last one she fucked before. Oh no, it was after she got fired. We fucked, but then I think I was the last one overall before she moved to Texas.
I guess you did her in.
Yeah. Oh my God. That was when I was drinking. Right. I was under the influence of, I think it was Jack and Coke or something. Oh my God. Great buzz. But I'll tell you, it did not do my dick justice because that shit fucks it up.
You suck. Who did who in? So, did she leave you with friends?
Did she leave me with what?
Friends that you had to go see a doctor about?
Oh no, because it was just a whiskey. That's all. You know, you get whiskey dick.
Oh, whiskey. Oh, gotcha. Never mind.
I mean, you've never had it, but I'm just saying, guys get whiskey dick when they drink it.
Gotcha. Okay, I get you now. It has been a while. Whiskey dick. Now I get you.
Oh my God! Speaking of whiskey dick, I wanted to ask you. Around the time that you disappeared, did you have a falling out with Matt Holman?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Thank you. He was actually the one that I was thinking about. But I remember he got into really, really something dark with I want to say dealers.
Yeah.
Like guns were involved, and that's holy what? No, thank you. I didn't know exactly what was going on, but I did not want to be a part of anything of that sort, so I completely disassociated myself, as well as his best friend did, and we both, all of us just kind of we had to walk away for a second, and then from what I understand, Matt moved back to Michigan.
Minnesota, yes, and I was with him. I was with him the last month that he was in town. He took me in when I was homeless.
Aww.
He was
Where is he living?
He was living at the San Carlos Inn because in 2010 he lost the house that he was living in because of his partying or whatever.
I remember he got fired.
Yes.
He was working at a great job, anyway.
Yeah, well he got fired. Well he didn't have a job for the remainder of his time in the Bay, and so he lost that house. He wasn't there no more. You know, his roommate kicked him.
Didn't his friend move? Everybody again,
Yeah.
He disassociated himself.
So he got mixed up with this crazy bitch who, by the way, I fucked before he did, and I didn't even know she was that crazy. until, like, he told me. So, she planted drugs on him. He got in trouble. He had to do, like, half a year of Narcotics Anonymous meetings and all the shit, And so I was with him during that last month that he was in town doing that. And I was going to meetings with him and just, we were there for each other. And he helped me out a lot. I have nothing bad to say about Matt for that.
No, neither do I. Just sometimes when you see, 2010, so that's the year I had my daughter. So that's, when you've got other beings to protect, really, you've got to move forward and move away from. But at the same time, I think it probably had already been like a year or two almost that I hadn't talked to him before he had left. I thought he had left prior to that.
No, it was June 1st, 2014.
Oh, gotcha. That he moved out?
Yeah, that he...
2010.
I was with him his last 3 days. 2010,
right?
2014.
Oh, okay. So I thought he moved out, or moved back to...
the apartment. His house. Yeah. No, he got evicted, I think, 2010. I think he did, yeah.
Okay.
And then he was
living in St. Carlos Inn for the following 4 years?
He was living at various people's houses.
Everything.
He was living at various people's houses.
Gotcha. Okay. So doing 20... Wow, that's a 4-year stint of just not knowing where you're going to land.
Yeah, he was trying, though. I mean, he was trying. But
where is he now?
So, yeah, he's in Minnesota, where he's from.
Okay.
He's doing really good. He's clean and sober.
Nice. I think the Bay Area fucked him, for sure. He was a focused someone. He was, I think just a drinker back home, but that's about it. He didn't say anything to drug use prior to then, but after he came out here, I just think the world changed. The world changed.
Yeah, I remember I remember vaguely hearing about that. He had a falling out with you, and he also had a falling out with a girl who ended up becoming my enemy. She was my friend at the time who worked with me at Swinging Door, Jeanette.
Oh, totally. All of us were hanging out. So Jeanette was a part of that I don't know what she would always come over, like, after and whatnot, after she got off, or they would hang out and yada yada, but, I didn't know that did they have, like, an argument falling out, or just a falling out? Just disassociating wife? Like,
apparently he just got an email from her saying, I don't ever want to talk to you again, and that's it. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, also...
Well, they said it was... Well, okay. Matter of fact, and... Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, her and I had a really bad falling out in 2010. So, okay, after I got fired in November of 2009, I was banned for like 6 years, right?
What?
Yeah. Oh, dude, aside from...
Why did you get fired? Can I ask why?
Yeah, you can. Okay, so he was trying to get...
An answer?
I'll give you a long answer. A very long answer. So he tried to get rid of me throughout the entire year of Warren, the owner.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Yeah. He tried to get rid of me throughout the entire year of 2009 because I was fucking the same women he was. He got fucking jealous. And
that's the interesting thing. Warren has a wife.
Yeah.
With 4 children that lived in like Baywood area.
Yes.
Behind Burrell Elementary. So she's got him by the balls.
Yeah.
She knows about his mistresses and the kids that are along with that.
Right.
He's got so much. It's disgusting what he thinks he's gotten away with. But his wife, she plays it where she's like, well, that's fine. I'm going to have the best of this.
Yeah.
The best of this. And the best of this. And you don't get to say shit about it. You know why? Because your balls are in your throat, buddy. You don't get to talk. You He's
Yep.
such an ass. Oh, I do not like that, man.
No.
Not at all. I don't know if you could tell that or not. But
Yeah.
just in case you couldn't. Anyway, yes, keep going.
Okay, so he was trying to get rid of me the whole year because of that shit. You know, he's a guy. If he's unhappy with your performance, he's not going to fire you unless you have a screaming match with him. And he will try to like discourage you and try to get you to quit. And he tried so many
He
times.
doesn't want to pay you unemployment.
No, it's not that. It's a lot of things. But the point is, he tried so much to get rid of me, and I wouldn't let up. I was like, I'm having so much fun getting laid and doing what I want to do. I'm not going to fucking, quit because of this asshole, right? So I stayed there. And then during the last month I was there was this old lady who was handicapped coming in every week and not spending any money and singing karaoke. And he wanted me to refuse service to her, and I refused to do it. So
you're not allowed to.
Yeah.
You legally could not, because then she could then say that it's discrimination. The reason, that's not.
Well, to be honest, she wouldn't be able to because she was mentally incompetent. I'll get to that in a moment, but let me tell you. Okay, so he wanted me to refuse service to her, and the reason why he wanted me to refuse service, especially this one night, the night that I got fired, is because, do you remember Tommy Boy?
No.
The
movie?
No, the karaoke DJ. Tommy Boy, he used to work there.
No, I think a little. He was after DJ Purple, right?
Yeah, you were gone by then. Okay.
Yeah, I went not too long ago. Is he still there?
Oh, hell no.
No, I have no idea. There's
Okay.
somebody else. I went like a year, not too long ago. I went like a year and a half ago, and there was someone else, and nobody's like DJ Purple. But anyway, keep going.
Okay, so him and Tommy Boy Warren and Tommy Boy got into a fist fight over money, and it was so bad, Tommy Boy took a chair and broke the Pac-Man game, and there was 1,000 pieces. Don't worry, it's repaired. It's still there, but
I don't think it was when okay.
But he destroyed it. So, anyways, I was the only one who told the police what really happened, and Warren did not like that. Everyone was saying it was Tommy Boy's fault. So the night that I get fired, I let the woman in, and he fucking screams at me, and I say to him, you let fucking pieces of coked out pieces of shit come in here all the time, and you're gonna refuse service to this woman? And he's like, you're fired, right? So I grab my jacket, I leave. I'm fucking crying my eyes out, and I catch up to that old lady, and I fucking apologize to her for having her be thrown out,
Yeah.
And I walked her home, and I fucked her.
Oh.
So I was banned for 6 years because of that. Now, in 2010, what?
That's retarded. That's horrible.
Yeah. So in 2010, it's my birthday, and I have a party at Mandala Lounge, and only like five people show up.
That place.
It's closed.
Totally. It was on that bar rescue show.
Yeah.
And it just rescues shit.
I was in the hospital. I saw it in the hospital.
Oh.
So I have a party at Mandala Lounge. 5 people show up, and then we go next door to Swinging Door because Warren's out of town. And Jeanette had me thrown out by Tony and Martine. And
she's one to do her job, and if
yeah, well then,
more, right?
No, she left like 2 years later. But anyways,
she's at Route 92 now.
No, she's always been at Route 92 from the beginning. She worked at both places.
She's only there.
Yeah. And she's at McGovern's because Matt Coyd owns that bar too now.
He does?
Yeah, he owns McGovern's and Route 92.
He's the one that stays McGovern's?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why it didn't close. Oh, he's so smart. That was his dream. He always wanted to own a bar, and look at him now. He's got 2. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so
American dream at its best.
Yeah, so she had me thrown out, and then I found out later she was saying shit about me that really hurt me, cut me like a knife. You know why? Because for 2 years, she was driving me home every Saturday night after we worked, and she was saying all these nice things about me to my face, and then fucking finding out that she'd been saying shit about me the whole time, that was going on too. I was like, fuck that
God, why
fucking
do people
bitch.
have to be? I don't get that.
Yeah. I will never talk to her again.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame you. Yeah, now I understand what you mean about finding out about the rest. Like, that's something in not so many words, but something I've told my daughter. She's been dealing with bullying for the last couple years. And
Yeah.
I had to just tell her, like, hey, don't worry about the ones that don't matter. I hate to say this about children.
Yeah.
Guess what? They're your peers, and you'll find it out sooner or later. The ones that don't care about you, don't care about them. It's okay not to. You
Yeah.
will not be liked by everybody in front of you. But if you're liked by 5%, it's winning to me. If you've got one good friend that you can share
Right.
the entire world to, that's winning. That's what, that you know that is a person of quality, and that's the one that you're going to worry about and care about and spend your time with and share your dreams and hopes and whatnot. Fuck the rest. That makes me unhappy. It makes me upset. I'm not saying happy. That upsets me because she was somebody who I was friendly with and
Yeah.
talk to very seldomly. Again, I don't really talk to many people of that circle anymore, period. But just that she's that two-faced, that's upsetting like no other.
Yeah, I stopped talking to all of them because I don't need that fucking negative energy. It's done.
No, you don't. No, you don't. And nobody does. Nobody, and that's kind of what's wrong with this fucking world is like 95% is that negative goddamn energy out there. Start being nice. That's it. Start being nice, people. It's a lot fucking easier to be nice than it is to be mean, to not care. Your heart wants to. Follow it. Not enough people do.
Did you ever meet my best friend Spaz?
No, I don't think so, but it's a great name.
His name's Michael. We called him Spaz. But anyways,
I was to say, if that's what the parents named him, then I would like to shake their hand and be like, what was going through your head? But if it's a nickname, I like it even more.
Yeah, he died in a car accident 2 months before mine. And I can't, it's hard for me to look at pictures of him because we hung out in that circle with Jeanette and everybody, and it just fucking kills me that we had to like be a part of that fucking circle before he died, you know?
Yeah, totally. What was his real name?
His real name was Michael Kelly.
Okay, so Jeanette, did you know Jeanette from like high school or?
Oh hell no! I met her when I started hanging out there before Warren hired me. I met her there.
Okay, so I'm just trying to figure out like where because I know I met Matt Holman, and I'm not remembering his roommate's name, but I remember meeting them at O'Neill's one night. So that's where that story started. So there was no like high school or anything like that. Of course, I didn't go to high school around here. So I'm trying to figure out like where your circle started, where these circles were, that kind of thing.
No,
how did they interlap?
No, all these. Okay, Michael Spaz. He was the only one I grew up with that I hung out in that circle. They all like went to other schools and shit.
Okay.
And so they were, yeah. So yeah, they were all fucked up to me after a while, especially after I got fired. So I just kicked them all to the curb, and then I migrated to Redwood City and started hanging out in that bar scene. And that bar scene was more fucked up, and then that's what ultimately led to my fucking accident.
That's one thing I figured out too. Bar scenes, they're usually only full of broken people.
Yep.
They're all broken in a certain sense, but those are people who really just want to settle in that brokenness. They don't want to move forward and try to mend whatever needs to be. I kind of figured out, like, hey, that's not really where I want to be anymore. Because the people that are constantly going, they're filling a hole with alcohol instead
Yeah, absolutely. Fucking God. It's just I'm so glad I'm not part of that scene anymore.
Yeah.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you one thing though. It prepared me for Hollywood because in Hollywood you deal with the same kind of fake people, but at least now I know how to deal with them. You know.
Yeah, and cattiness runs deep. So it's not a matter of learn to be fake, but learn to live on the surface and how do I say it right? Know who you can get deeper with.
Right.
Now, that's one thing that I remember a boss of mine actually taught me. She said, you're very personable, and it's great when it's great for moments, like moments of personal. I don't think that's a thing that's allowed. I think if you're personable, you just are. And she's like, no, but it's a matter of like somebody asks you how you are. Say, I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay. Things are good today. Don't get into a story. And I'm like, okay. So then I learned from her. I'm gonna live on the surface with you because you don't care what's underneath. I get it. I learned something valuable from her that day where sometimes you share deeper with the ones that you know you can. And then others, you just keep your mouth shut and move forward and be like, I would hate to be you. And I'm not, though. So, sucks to be you.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. No, it was a hard lesson to learn, I will say that. Because, yeah, I am one too. As you probably know, I talk a lot. I talk a lot. But that's me. That's who I am. That's how I express myself.
Yeah.
Others do it other ways.
Are you ready to play a game?
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Ready or not, I'm ready.
Okay, I ask a question, you answer it, and then you ask me the same, and I answer it.
Okay.
Okay, Rebecca, are you ticklish?
Yes. Are you ticklish?
I am not only ticklish, I'm baby ticklish.
Like you barely have to touch you and you ticklish?
Yeah, I have like a knee-jerk reaction.
You start tickling and you start laughing?
Yeah.
That's awesome. It's awesome. So the tickle monster is still a thing for you.
Oh, yes, he has it in for me.
He has it in for you, that damn monster. That TM, I'm going to get him one day.
Is your belly button an innie or an outie?
An innie. Is your belly button an innie or an outie?
It's a very deep innie. I actually think I saw.
I feel like I should be describing my answers in more detail.
I actually remember seeing yours. Yours is pierced, right?
Yep, and funny enough, when I with the kids, of course, I took it off, and I was been starting a vacation in Santa Cruz, at the Dream Inn. Absolutely love that place. And I was in the jacuzzi with the kids and everyone, and I looked at this guy to my right, and his navel was pierced. And I was like, oh fuck! And he can wear a goddamn piercing on his belly. I am bringing mine out of the woodwork, so I put mine back in. So yeah, so it is still pierced. I've had it since high school, and I will not get rid of it because it's close.
Good. Let's see. What color are your toenails painted?
They aren't. What color are your toenails painted?
They're not right now.
All right, well, we're the same on that one. That's good.
Do you remember I used to paint my toenails?
They're supposed to have them painted. I don't know. I feel like I've left down like the population of the females.
Well, do you remember that I used to paint my toenails?
I remember you painted your fingernails. I did not know it went down that far.
I don't remember doing my fingernails. I never do that.
Oh, I remember you. I thought I remembered. Maybe it was. No, I remember you. I thought it was like one purple, one black.
My toenails were one purple, one black.
Oh my God, that's so funny. I guess I remembered the wrong nails painted. There we go. That's a better way of saying that.
And here's my favorite question. What do you think is just the absolute worst stinky smell ever?
Oh, well, if they put shrimp in a perfume, could I say that?
They put what in perfume?
If they put Trump into a perfume, could I say that? Our presidency, that's what the perfume would be called. Our presidency, Trump in a bottle.
Oh,
Wherever you go.
yeah, you can count that.
Okay, good, because that would be it. But like a legitimate one, I would have to say, oh, the sulfur smell when you drive past Third Avenue. This is a local thing. You, of course, will understand this. Third Avenue in Foster City. That smell.
Oh God, the worst. Oh my God, I remember smelling that when like people drive me from Mariners Point.
Right, and all of a sudden you're like, I've had too much, and now I've had too much.
Oh, I got a Mariners Point. I got a Mariners Point story, but I'll tell you what my worst smell is.
Yeah.
After I got out of the hospital, I had really bad athlete's foot.
Oh, you're like, could you not have like helped a brother out and like sprinkle some shit on my feet while I couldn't move?
Yeah, they didn't do that.
But how do you do that when your feet are exposed? No socks, no.
They put socks on me like the last month I was in there, and they never changed them. Yeah.
What hospital was that at?
SF General.
Oh, well, they let people die in their staircases, so I guess athlete's foot isn't all that bad.
Yeah. They're fucking idiots.
Oh my god, that is horrible.
Okay, what was my story? Oh yeah, about Mariners Point. Oh my God.
There are many. I know I've got many.
Yeah. I didn't start hanging out there until I got fired because I was always, working on Friday night, and so.
Right? Yeah. Oh, see, that's how I know DJ Purple.
Yeah.
Right there.
Okay, so I start.
That's how I met my husband.
Yeah. So I started going the next Friday. I started going, and I went consistently for about 3 years, and then I stopped because I just got tired of walking over there.
Yeah.
So then.
LV.
Yeah, I know LV.
She's another one not to really trust, from what I've understood.
Oh yeah, I can tell you that. I'll tell you.
I think it's just unfortunate, but that's like again 95% of the population.
Yeah.
Keep your shit to yourself because you can't trust anyone else out there with it.
Yeah. So, oh my God. So I was going. So I started going back again after my accident because I had nothing to do on Friday night, and I'd see Glenn there. He's there. He's there like every Friday night.
Yeah. He's a fan of his vodka.
Yeah. Pretty much.
He's very much so. Like if you don't have Kettle One, he doesn't have his alcohol.
Yeah.
Like I like that. You have your one. It's not there. Okay. I didn't need it. I wanted it.
Yeah, I remember one night I brought a friend of mine over there and I introduced him to Glenn, right? And I was like, Glenn's here every Friday. And he's like, yeah, he looks like an alcoholic.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. Once you separate yourself from the circle, but all of a sudden you start seeing that makes up the circle.
Yeah. So I start going there every Friday night again, and there's this bartender there. She's super cute. She's like in her early 40s, but she looks younger,
Is it Gina?
No.
Is it the redhead or the, oh god.
She's blonde.
Like redhead with highlight blonde or like blonde now?
Blonde.
Does she have tattoos and she's tiny?
No, she's not that tiny.
Okay, so maybe it's a new one.
Yeah, she's probably gone now, but this was like 2-3 years ago. So I would like talk to her. Oh my God, I used to make her so uncomfortable on purpose because she was such a fucking. She wasn't a prude, right? But she like tried to be professional and make people think she was. So I just did everything I could to make her squirm, and she never did anything about it.
Well, I guess sometimes females don't feel like they should be the ones to do something about it.
Yeah.
But if was there like sexual tension between the two? You both liked each other, or you just like to fuck with her?
I just like to fuck with her.
Well, that's a fun power to have, I guess.
But she was kind of fake. That's why.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Or you knew that really she likes to get down and dirty, but right now she's just wanting to stay clean.
Oh yeah, and there was this guy. He was playing dice with some guys in there, right? And every time.
That game, I remember that game.
Yeah, and every time he wins a round, he yells "blowjob," right?
Right.
So.
I actually remember that douchebag. Yep.
Oh, you know him?
I think so, but there's a few guys that played that game. I remember I went there a lot with Bill and prior to Bill, so I remember those guys.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of them. But keep going.
Yeah, well, she pretended that she was like one of the guys and stuff, but like when I would say stuff to her, she would just like have this look like, somebody help me, get me out of this, please, out of this conversation.
Here's a deer caught in the headlight trick. No, it's actually the headlights that you're able to shine earlier. Why couldn't you shine it now?
Yeah.
Yeah. If that's where females is tricky beast. You don't realize. Oh, how do I say this? If you have the balls to play like the dude,
Yeah.
have the mouth like one, keep it. You
Yeah.
keep it up. If you don't, then don't do it to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one thing that females do get to do is play so many different roles, if you will. Guys kind of are stuck in one. Where like with the dude, it's a dude. But females they get a little bit more leeway, but then they get a lot more leeway. And you're like, no, wait, that's not fair. So if you're able to say shit before and take shit from work, then you should be able to understand and be able to handle this. Why aren't you able to? Why don't you give it right back the way you gave it then?
Exactly.
Yep. See, I'm you know this. I've always been a straight shooter. The ones that I don't like, I've let them know. I remember one chick. She's actually Matt. Do you remember? So Matt, the bartender. It was his old blonde girlfriend. Old girl, and I never remembered her name.
Oh, and Katie? Talk about Katie?
Oh, probably. I still, sure. But I remember I was up at, oh god, what's it called? The restaurant above, Drager's.
Drager's.
Anyway, the nice restaurant that's above Drager's, I was meeting a friend there and having a glass of wine. And as I'm at the bar, I'm getting served. She worked there. And I looked at her, I was like, just for the life of me, I can never remember your name. And she looked at me and she's like, well, it's probably because you're always drinking. I'm like, no, it's probably because you're not worth remembering. She didn't talk to me after that.
Oh, God, that's fucking awesome. I love it.
Yeah, I don't care to make friends. And again, the person in front of me, I don't find as quality. And if you care about me, or you care in general, and you're a nice human being, that's straight up quality. But if you've got a sour look in your face and you're walking the rules that there's chips upon chips, and you don't want anybody's help to take those off, then I probably don't need to know you. And I've always been that way, and mouth to go with it, if you will.
Oh, my
I
God.
just don't know why other women can't walk a similar line. It's a much easier one.
If Katie's the one that you're talking about, she's Jeanette's friend, and I think she's part of the reason why Jeanette turned on me, because her and I had a falling out the week before my birthday.
Yeah.
I called her out for being rude to me.
Oh, good. Yeah, because she was a nobody liked that female. I'm sorry, and she is
Yeah, she's
People
stuck up.
that, again, don't matter.
Yeah, she's a stuck-up
That
twat.
mentality, but at the same time, it's a survival mentality. There's a lot of people, I used to get bullied like no other back in the day. And it was a very hard lesson for me to learn. And I wish there was somebody, I wish my mom or whatnot had made that conscious effort of, hey, it's okay to not be liked, but it's also okay to not like. You don't have to like everyone. It's not something that is an absolute necessity. Because guess what? Not everyone's going to like you. It doesn't happen.
Yeah.
It's okay. And this idea of everyone needs to get along, well, get along, yes. But liking, it's a different story.
Yeah, it's a tricky thing, you know?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, relationship. What a bitch. Oh, my God, this has been so much fun. It's already been an hour.
Yeah, oh, God, can I tell you a joke before you go?
I don't know, can ya?
Of course I can.
Sorry. Yes, you can.
Okay. I tell a lot of people this joke, they love it. Okay, Cinderella is about to go to the ball, and she's on her period. And the fairy godmother gives her these magic tampons and says, okay, you can go to the ball, but just be back by midnight or else those tampons will turn into a pumpkin. And Cinderella's like, okay, fairy godmother, I will. So 12:30 rolls around. Fairy godmother's pacing around the house because Cinderella hasn't shown up. She finally shows up at 4 a.m., stumbling drunk. And the fairy godmother's like, where were you? You were supposed to be home by midnight. And Cinderella's like, I'm so sorry, fairy godmother. I met this great guy, and we danced all night. His name was Peter Peter.
That is hilarious.
You like that?
I love that. That is disgusting and great. Oh, at the same time. Oh, that was awesome. Good one. And no wonder why it's a love joke. It's just, yeah, it works.
Thank you. Well, Rebecca, I'm so glad that we got to do this and catch up and all that.
Me too, dude. I am so happy that I finally said yes and that I was able to stick with that yes.
Yes, let's do this again.
I think that, yes, there's a lot of yeses going on right now. Yes, I think we shall. So just let me know when, and I will make it happen.
All right, hun. Love you.
Love you too. Bye, dude.
Bye-bye. Well, there you have it. Rebecca. Ain't she a sweetheart? Thank you so much, Rebecca. I'm glad we got to catch up on old times and stuff and talk about all the bullshit of the San Mateo bar scene and all that stuff. And I'm glad you're happy. You're finally in the place where you should be. If you like this video, everyone, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Add me as a friend on Facebook. Join my Tommy Kovac comedian page on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram and all that fun stuff. Well, that's all the time we have this week on Splat from the Past. Until next time, this is Tommy Throwback Kovac saying, there's no shame in living in the past because the present sucks. Later, dudes.